Hey guys, welcome to Ken's Cinema Sofa. If it's your first time here, my name is Ken. I am a missionary and I've been stationed in Japan for the past 12 years serving as a Bible teacher and preacher. But this channel is all about my exploration of great cinema. Tonight, we're going to continue on with a TV series, Star Trek Strange New Worlds. So this is going to be episode 2. I really enjoyed episode 1. I really feel that it recaptured the essence and the kind of frontier spirit of the original series. I'm excited about this. I'm excited to see where this is going to go under the leadership of Captain Pike. So let's get into it. Episode 2 of Star Trek Strange New Worlds.
Pike.
It's such a beautiful ship, man.
Cadet Uhura.
What's the mission?
We explore. We seek out new life, a new civilization. We boldly go where no one has gone before.
Beautiful. I like the other Enterprises, all of them. Most of them. I like the Galaxy class from the Next Generation, even though it's kind of wide for me. The original refit is my favorite.
12.4.
Oh, wow.
The Enterprise is surveying the Persephone system, where the crew is studying the behavior of an ancient comet.
Oh, I like that they have different,
however, am doing rotation
different people doing logs.
Recent invitation to dinner at the captain's cabin, for which I have been encouraged by Lieutenant Ortegas to dust off my dress uniform.
This is so cool.
You said it was formal.
Actually, what I said was you might want to wear your dress uniform. Relax, cadet. It's a tradition.
Hazing the newbie?
All good fun. You get bored. It's a small ship.
You know, it's really not.
This is such a beautiful ship. I love I love these hallways. This makes me want to draw and paint that.
Lieutenant Ortegas, Cadet Uhura, welcome. Dress uniform, huh? Grab a drink. I got to deal with the ribs.
Can I help?
No.
Okay.
You have offended Hammer, our new chief engineer.
No offense intended. I was raised to offer help to anyone with a sensory impairment.
That word again.
Sir?
Impaired. A human in my condition may consider themselves impaired.
Hammer may not be able to see, but his other senses compensate.
Compensate? They are superior.
This is a hazing thing, isn't it? You guys are screwing around? Aite ajave hathuneth kaimi. So that's Shakoop.
I like her.
I knew he was going to say
Indeed.
I move after him, only a trip. Flat on my face, I shout, freeze, but the Nausicaan keeps running. I try to stand up, but my feet are caught in something, and then I realize after my lieutenant pulls me aside and says, maybe security isn't the best fit for you.
I've never understood the human inclination to laugh at others' misfortune.
Sometimes, Mr. Spock, things go so badly, you just have to laugh. The Enterprise only gets a handful of cadets a year from Starfleet. You gotta be pretty impressive to make the cut.
Thank you, sir.
Make the cut. I like his swag, man.
Beat out, how many? 1,000 applicants?
Several thousand.
Now you're not sure if you want to be here?
I always wanted to study alien languages. I have an ear for them. I was going to attend the university in Nairobi. Both my parents taught there. About a week before I was due to start, they were...
I'm so sorry.
The captain values honesty, as do I.
But?
If it is not your path, you might consider making way for someone else who wants to walk it.
Turns out knowing your future kind of takes the fun out of imagining it.
Have you considered that maybe your fate isn't written?
Dusty Swender, Tequil Dawn, Malik Alcazar, Yuito Hashida, Andrea Lopez. I could keep going. These are the kids I save when it happens. Stay the course, save their lives.
I refuse to believe there isn't another way.
So once again, I didn't watch Discovery, so I don't know if this is... Oh, shoot. That's a problem. Oh, okay.
The computer simulation suggests that when the comet strikes the planet in 2 days, there will be no survivors. Persephone 3 is an M-class world. Previous surveys suggest it is home to an intelligent, pre-warp species that call themselves the Deleb.
Options.
The Deleb can't move the comet. So we move it for him?
Photon torpedoes as launch vehicles. Take about an hour for the retrofit.
Rosy assessment, considering I'll be the one doing the retrofitting.
We've got a planet to save before breakfast.
I love this job.
Oh.
Anyone want to tell me how a comet puts up a force field? Space. The final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise.
I was gonna say that I don't know. I know Pike in the cage, the first episode of Star Trek. He get maimed in that or something? Yeah, I don't know exactly the details of what's going to happen to him, or if that changed from the original back in the 60s. And I love this intro.
To boldly go where no one has gone before.
Yeah, I ain't skipping this intro. I love it. It's a beautiful ice field. It's amazing tech. Can you imagine being able to do that, to beam anywhere?
You good?
Yeah.
This reminds me of Alien, to be honest. Pretty sure it's not going to go there, that graphic, but it's giving me those vibes. Definitely now.
You're a cadet. It's your first away mission, I get it. But you're here for a reason.
These markings, they repeat in the sequence.
This is a good matchup, right? Xenolinguistics and xenoanthropology, right?
Familiar with Yahtzee, Lieutenant, but I am reading a dangerous buildup of energy. Please step away from the egg.
Oh! Don't tell me this is going to be our first fatality.
He's stable, for now.
Okay.
All frequencies are down. We're cut off from the ship. We're on our own.
I really like the alien designs. Much more diverse and imaginative compared to most of Star Trek history, production history.
And our crew members are trapped on that comet. We need to get through that force field how?
Phaser at a higher frequency could cause resonance.
The right frequency could shatter it.
I like this plan. This is a good plan.
Do you not think this is an inappropriate time for jokes?
It's like the captain said. Sometimes things go so badly.
I find the best way to diffuse tension is to apply rigorous logic.
Okay? That's always an option too.
It's funny that in the JJ verse, you know, they are lovers, so we'll see what happens here. Oh.
Incoming weapons fire.
Damage reports.
Minimal damage to port nacelle. Shields holding at 70%.
Who hit us? Comet.
Mahanit is far more than a comet. Mahanit is one of the ancient arbiters of life. If you tamper with it again, we will not hesitate to destroy you.
Nothing can ever be easy, right?
If it is his will to move, he will move. If it is his will to bring life, he will bring life. If Mahanit wills the planet to die, even chooses to die with it, then that is what will happen.
Blowing up a planet full of people is not preordained.
You said you were a reasonable man, Captain. So how can you know the arbiters? None of us.
So this is a good example of religious extremism, right?
Shepherds? Zealots is more like it. What did you find?
The systems are incredibly advanced. Their ships faster than ours, and their weapon systems.
Let's just say we don't want to piss them off.
Wow. That's interesting that they are like religious zealots.
Shepherds don't find out that they're down there.
And we would perceive them as being primitive in their thinking, yet their technology is more advanced. I like Pike's commanding style. Like, he's a much more of a facilitator in his command style, communication skills.
You gonna get it done?
Cave seems to be reacting to your voice.
That's beautiful, actually.
Computer, identify this song.
Vamo Vamba, a traditional song from Earth, originating in Kenya.
That cannot be a coincidence.
See, I like this because this feels much more in line with the concepts
What's the light show?
of Star Trek, what it was originally supposed to be.
Controlled by triple the frequency and you get a perfect fifth. 5 times the frequency is a major.
I have no idea what they're talking about, so.
Someone match my pitch.
One. No, help here, I'll break the thing.
I know Spock would hate if he was standing right here and heard me laughing.
Try and follow my lead.
Sorry, man. So is this how they fall in love? If they do? It's a duet. What about Samuel Kirk? Like, is he okay? I mean, this is lovely, but I'm thinking about that dude.
The comet's force field just disappeared.
Bridge to transporter room, energize. Brace for impact.
Let's face it, the crazy space monks will blow us out of the sky if we try anything to move that comet.
What if we didn't? What if the comet moved itself?
Ortegas, you know how you used to brag you're going to be the best pilot ever to graduate the academy? Word gets around. To prove it, Lieutenant. Get us in front of that comet.
Evasive pattern Ortegas Gamma 1.
Evasive pattern Ortegas.
Ortegas. That looks cool. Okay, that's cool.
Acknowledged, Captain.
So what is he gonna do?
Spock?
Is everything okay?
Fine, Captain. Sometimes things go so badly, you just have to laugh.
He is half human, so I just wish I could have seen that, because I don't think I believe that that was him laughing.
A large quantity of water vapor from the comet is entering the planet's atmosphere.
If I'm not mistaken, this will permanently change the atmospheric composition of Persephone 3. Reducing the planet's aridity will make it more amenable to plant growth, agriculture, and, one might surmise, societal development.
So, did it actually bring life?
Oh, tell me the space monks were actually right.
You have seen the glory and the mercy that is Mechanit.
You're right. We witnessed a miracle.
Wow. So I wonder, they probably, have they ever felt water or rain before?
Music contained this image. This is a star chart showing the comet's course. Course that includes it moving past Persephone 3.
You were suggesting the comet was telling us it did not intend to hit Persephone 3.
Yes. And this is an image of the chunk of ice that broke off from the comet as Lieutenant Spock flew his mission. They're identical.
It is highly improbable the comet could have randomly guessed the shape the ice that fell off would take with such accuracy.
Unless your flight was foretold.
Comet had foreknowledge of future events?
The comet's flight path and its, I don't know, mission to seed that planet was predicated on you flying that shuttle to move it.
Prophetic ability?
Thank
Courage. sacrifice.
I know it shouldn't have been me down there.
I'm not finished, Cadet.
Shh, girl.
I'm certain, should you choose to, Starfleet would be fortunate to have an officer like you.
Thank you, sir.
Now that's a pep talk.
A little piece of ice and dust roaming through space brings life.
How do you know you can't make a different choice? One that saves all of you.
To kill Dawn. Malik Alcazar.
Well, guys, that was episode 2 of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, and man, I am loving it. What can I say? That was great. That was good. That was really good. Like I said, they're continuing to tap into that original spirit of Star Trek, that going where no one has gone before, of interracial, interspecies communication and harmony. But I like that in this episode also. I was surprised that they dealt with issues of faith as well. Me being a missionary, I believe that there is a God. I believe that he is a being that has made himself known. And I really hate when people, because when I was a kid, and even now, I still love it, but when I was a kid especially, I wanted to be a scientist. I wanted to be a biologist. I really hate when people use science as a way to kind of disprove God or religion, or, you know, or even just to say that, or make it seem like science and belief in God have to be at odds. I don't think that's the case at all. Many classic scientists, including Sir Isaac Newton, were believers in God. They didn't think that the discoveries that they made of the atoms and cells and what lies beneath in the microscopic world that we live in, they didn't think that those discoveries somehow warrant an unbelief in God. No, quite the opposite, actually. Many of these fathers of science saw that these new discoveries not disproved God, but revealed even more of his glory, or what we call an intelligent design, or the fine-tuning argument that the universe is so well fine-tuned and through gravity and all the other elements and laws that govern the universe. If those calculations were off just a little bit, life would not be able to be sustained in the universe. So yeah, I think the show also excels at producing wonder, this excitement for the unknown, coming to terms with things that are real and true in the universe that are beyond you, in the way that they didn't understand, the way that this comet was communicating, right? It was actually communicating, and it was communicating its will to the others and letting them know that, no, I actually have this, I got this. I see that there are people, a species of humanoids on this planet, and I don't desire to hurt them. But the language, right? The language is what they did not understand. And so they made the effort to try to speak and understand this comet, this being's language. As I was watching that just reminded me of our understanding of God. There are many things people don't understand about him. They wonder if he's real. Why hasn't he intervened in the world? Why hasn't he come here? Well, there could be some reasons beyond our understanding why he does not reveal himself in the way that we expect him to as finite beings. He is a being that exists outside of time and space. As the Bible says, 1,000 years with the Lord is the same as one day, So he is aware of things that are going to happen thousands of years in the future, millions of years in the future. And he knows every little minutia of detail and in a person's action and in his own actions, and how that will influence lives and circumstances and events on the earth later. So when you have a being like that, you really have no choice but to learn how to kind of get on his wavelength, right? And speak his language, understand what he's saying. And so I'm just saying, as I was watching this is what made me think of that. Enterprise crew has that element. They are scientists, but they're also explorers, and they understand that the further we go out, there are some things that are far beyond us that we don't understand yet. So how about we reserve judgment and try to understand and try to speak that language, right? And it may have come off initially as patronizing as they were talking to these kind of, excessive zealots. I don't condone their behavior at all, of course. The crew of the Enterprise, being well-versed in science and technology and coming from a place of unity of other like minds, initially had a somewhat patronizing attitude. The crew of the Enterprise began to have an open mind and an open heart and just, let the science and the evidence guide us wherever it's taking us. That has been my own tradition as a missionary, as a Bible researcher, to try to understand truth and to follow the breadcrumbs. I've been all over the world. I've been to England, I've been to Paris, I've been to North Africa, just doing research in different museums and looking at different manuscripts and artifacts and just following the breadcrumbs. And that's what I've done all my life. And it's led me closer in my relationship with God. That's the theological side of this review, okay? But I enjoy that, seeing that even though those that wrote Star Trek and even those characters in the show, they are representing the secular scientific field, they still are explorers. Anyway, great episode. I'm loving it so far. I love the science. I love the design of the Enterprise. I love the whole aesthetic. Like I said, it's J.J. Abrams-esque, but without so many lens flares. It still has a lighter tone, like some of the J.J. Abrams stories, but it has more of the spirit of the original Trek, and not just punching their way out of everything, blasting their way out of everything. Some of that is okay, but that's not the core of what Star Trek is. They're space explorers. They're going into the new frontier, so I love that. So I think this show is off to a great start. I was going to give it 2 episodes to see if I was going to continue with it, but I'm happy to say I am. I'm along for the ride. So I'm ready to strap in, and I hope you'll come back with me as well. God bless you wherever you are right now in the world, whether it's daytime or nighttime. Have a good day, have a good night wherever you are, and I'll see you next time on the sofa.